We are going to start today's class in a seated position. If you have tight hips like mine, feel free to grab a blanket or a pillow or something to lift your hips up. Take the backs of your hands to the tops of your knees. Close your eyes and find yourself in the present moment. I'm a big believer in the practice of gratitude. So I encourage you to think about something you're grateful for today. And it's totally okay if that's just that you have shelter or internet or that you can breathe. If you have something specific that happened to you recently, a friend you found an extra reason to be grateful for, a moment in time, I'd like you to hold that in your thoughts and find your heart warming. Today's practice is a heart-opening practice. So I encourage you to also find gratitude for your own body and where it's at right now and all the places it's going to take you. Slowly blink your eyes open. Flip your hands so that now your hands are down on your knees. And we'll do a real big shoulder roll, taking it up towards the ear, pinching the shoulder blades behind you, dropping them behind the back. And one more. Big shoulder roll. Great job. Drop your right hand down to the mat. Inhale your left arm up and over, making sure that you keep both hips grounded. And then inhale both arms up to the ceiling. Drop your left arm down to the mat, right arm up and over. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, melt forward, dropping your hands down and then crawling them as far as feels good while your hips are still grounded. If they start to lift up, you've gone too far. And then crawl your hands back up, this time taking them behind you and lifting your heart up toward the ceiling. Great job. Coming back to center. Switch the cross of your legs. Reach your arms out wide like a T. Exhale, turn to the right, taking your right hand behind you and your left hand to your right knee. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, twist to your left, left hand behind you, right hand to left knee. Inhale back to center. Exhale, melt forward over those legs. Crawling the hands forward. And then walking them back towards the body and then taking them even behind your hips. Lift your heart up to the ceiling. And then rolling over your knees, find tabletop. Hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. And we're going to take a couple cat-cows. So on an inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Rolling open and across through the shoulders. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone, lift the spine. Rolling those shoulders forward. You might even opt to rock forward and back. And then take a couple of those moving at the pace of your breath, allowing your inhales to drop your belly, and your exhales, you make a C shape with that spine. Then coming to neutral spine, you're going to walk your arms forward. We're finding puppy pose. So lowering your upper body and your forehead down to the mat. Engage your core so that you're not dumping into that lower back. And press your armpits down. Press into your hands, lifting up just enough so that you can thread your right arm underneath your body and reach it out towards the left. Come to lie on your right shoulder and right temple. Trying to keep your hips even, so lifting that right hip up and pressing the left hip down while doing this twist. And then de-thread that right hand. Take it to the opposite side, pressing into the right hand. Thread the left arm underneath. Come to lie down on your left shoulder and left temple. This time it's the right hip pressing down and the left hip reaching up. De-thread that needle, pulling all the way through to lie down on your belly. We're going to take a cobra pose, so your toes are pointed, legs are together, and you're going to draw your shoulder blades behind you. Hands are hovering above the mat. Heart is lifted. And then exhale, lower down. This time, plant your hands into the mat to assist in your upper body lift on an inhale. Lifting up, in, shining that heart forward. Exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way down. Move your hands out wider, this time even outside your mat. Inhale, press up. Peeling that spine off the mat, nice and slow. And then exhale, lower down. Take your right forearm to the mat in front of you at a 45-degree angle. So the hand falls to about the middle of your mat, and your elbow is coming out towards the side. Take your left arm out wide, hands planted, and find a twist, pressing into both hips to keep them evenly pressed into the mat. So we're just twisting in the upper body, the lower body staying planted down. This can feel really good on the lower back. If you lower down a little bit further, you move it up your spine to the middle back. If you get really low to the ground, get it into that shoulder area. Find the height that feels really good for you today, or move around in it. Just being careful. And then coming back to center, we're going to do the same thing opposite side. So now we're taking our left hand at a 45-degree angle. Forearm on the mat, hand about the center of your mat. Right hand comes out wide, hand is planted, elbow at a 90 degree, and twist the upper body, pressing into both the hips to keep them grounded. For me, I like to start up high, kind of twisting on my lower back, and then I slowly find my way to about midway, getting to that middle back. And then I drop almost all the way down to the mat, taking it up to my shoulders. And coming back to center, both arms underneath you, forearms to the mat, parallel. Sphinx pose. Draw your elbows back towards you, shoulder blades pinching behind, chest is bright. And then taking your palms down to the mat, lifting up to upward dog. Exhale, draw the hips up and back, finding downward dog. It's okay if your heels don't make it all the way down to the mat. Feel free to give them a little pedal. And then coming to stillness. Inhale the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Hips are square, down. Right toes are flexed. Bend through the right knee, open up the right hip. Knee raises up towards the ceiling. Straighten back out, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Drop your left knee down. Inhale up. Low crescent, Anjayasana. We're bending into that right knee no further than 90 degrees. We don't want the knee to go past the ankle. Back toes can be tucked or pointed. Reach your arms out in front of you. Cross the right arm underneath the left. And then again at the forearms or palms, we're finding eagle arms. Lift the shoulders, the elbows up to shoulder height, and press your palms away from you. The deeper you squeeze into the twist, the more space you'll find in your shoulder blades. And release the twist, open the arms up wide. Take them down to the mat. Plant hands on either side of the right foot. Shift your weight back, but lift your right foot up. Coming back to tabletop, and now your right foot is up in the air. Inhale, kick it up toward the sky. Exhale, take it back down to parallel. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale, down. This time, drawing the knee into the chest. Step it through. Tuck under your back toes. Lift your back knee. Inhale up. We're finding high crescent. Both hips are square to the front of your mat. Both feet are facing the front. You're on the toes of your back feet. Cactus your arms and lift your heart. And then inhale them back up. Exhale, open up warrior 2. Back foot comes parallel to the short edge of your mat. Front foot is dissecting the arch of your back leg. Arms are out like a T, gazes over those front fingertips. Drop your left hand down towards your left thigh. Reversing the warrior, right arm comes up and back. Your legs are setting just as they are in warrior 2. So you can feel a stretch all on your right side and even into that hip area. And then exhale, take your right forearm to your right thigh. Left arm up and over. We're finding extended side angle. Option to take your hand down to a block or the mat. Press into the knife edge of your left foot rather than caving into the arch. And press your right elbow into that right knee, pressing it open. Inhale, drawing your arms all the way back up, coming to reverse warrior. And then exhale, open up, warrior 2. Reach your arms out in front. Take the right arm underneath the left. We're getting eagle arms again, so cross again at the forearms. Lift the elbow up to shoulder height. Press the hands away from you. You can stay here or fold forward, keeping your legs just as they are, only lowering the upper half. inhale, rise back up. Release the arms out wide, warrior two. Take the arms behind the back or use a strap. Roll your shoulders open. Option to stay here or fold forward. Keeping your legs just as they are. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release the arms, warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, plant the hands down on the mat. Either vinyasa with me or meet in down dog. If you're vinyasing with me, plank pose to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Taking 3 breaths here. Then inhale the left leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, roll that knee open. Try to keep the weight even between both hands and shoulders. Reach back to 3-legged dog. And then exhale, knee to nose, stepping it all the way through. Dropping the back knee down. And inhaling the arms up to the sky. Reach your arms out in front. This time left arm underneath right. Cross again at the forearms or wrist or palms. Elbows come up to shoulder height, hands press away. Release the hands, open them up wide. And take them down to the mat, framing your left foot. Press into the hands, lift the left foot up and back. I need a name for this one. I don't know what it is. The leg pump. So we're going to do the leg pump. Inhale, press up to the ceiling. Exhale, take it down to the mat. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, drop it down. 1 more time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, drop it down. This time, bringing knee into chest, stepping it all the way through. Tuck under your back toes. Lift your back leg. Inhale up, high crescent. So our left leg is forward, our right foot is back. High crescent with the left foot forward. Cactus the arms, lift the heart. Inhale your arms back up to the sky. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Back foot parallel to short edge of the mat, arms out like a T, gaze over those front fingertips. Hips are opening to the side of your mat. Drop your right hand down to your back leg, left arm up and back, reverse warrior. And then exhale, extended side angle. Left arm to left forearm, or block, or the mat, right arm up and overhead. Pressing into the knife edge of the right foot. Inhale, rise back up, finding that reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Reach your arms out in front. Cross the left arm underneath the right. Finding eagle arms. And then exhale, forward fold. Keeping the legs just as they are. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release the arms out wide, warrior two. Hands behind you, interlace your fingers or use a strap. Roll those shoulders open. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Release the arms out like a T. Reverse that warrior. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Option to vinyasa with me or meet in down dog. Taking a few breaths here. Feel free to clarify your foundation, maybe stepping your feet a little bit closer or further away. Inhale your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Rise up, high lunge. This time we're going to reach our right arm back, left arm forward, finding a twist towards your right side. Then drop your right arm down towards your back leg, left arm up. Finding reverse warrior with a twist. Then exhale, take the left hand to the inside of the right foot. Right arm up to the ceiling, easy twist. Feel free to stay here, or if you'd like to try wild thing, begin to roll onto the knife edge of your left foot. Step your right foot behind or to the front of your mat, and then reach your right arm back. So it's like a reverse tabletop, sort of. A little bit of a wheel, three-legged wheel. And then flip it back, finding your downward dog or vinyasing with me. Exhale, hips up and back. Down dog. Wild one is always a tricky one to try to coach into. I'm working on it. Inhale your left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Inhale your arms up to the sky, high lunge. Reach your left arm back, right arm forward, finding a twist towards your left. Drop your left arm down to that back leg, right arm up. Reverse warrior with a twist. Bring your right hand down to the mat inside of your left foot, left arm up to the sky, easy twist. Drop them hips. Then if you'd like to try a wild thing with me, roll onto the knife edge of the right foot. Step the left foot behind you. Left arm reaches up into the front corner of the mat. Carefully unflip that dog. And meet in down dog. Option to vinyasa. I'm skipping it this time. Inhale your right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Draw your left foot in closer, so we're about 2 or 3 feet apart. We're gonna do pyramid pose, but you might opt for slightly closer feet than you usually do in pyramid, and I'll explain why in a moment. So first off, Both feet facing the front of the mat, 2 to 3 feet apart, hips width apart. Inhale the arms up. And so here's why we did a little bit closer. And I'm going to turn around so you can see behind me. We've got 3 variations you can do with your hands. You can take prayer pose flipped up for the strongest variation. Prayer pose flipped down for middle. Or just grabbing on to opposite forearms or wrists or a strap for the easiest variation. Get settled into whichever one works for you. Inhale, lift that heart, and then exhale, melt over the legs. And feel free to change variations if you chose the wrong one. I tried going for the hardest. Not there tonight, so I flipped my hands. They're pointed downward now. Try to keep your palms pressing together. Heart rolling open instead of caving in. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior 2, front of the mat. Just the feet as necessary. Straight into that front leg. Reach as far forward as you can. Drop your right hand down to your shin, a block, or the mat. Left arm up to the sky. Finding triangle pose. Your right hip should be drawing towards the screen if you're facing me. And your left hip drawing away. And then engage that core. Inhale, rise up. Take your left hand to your left hip. Right arm reaches up and back. Pressing that front hip forward. We're finding reverse triangle here. And then cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Vinyasa or meet in down dog. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Again, adjust your feet so they're about 2 or 3 feet apart for that pyramid variation. Inhale to rise up. Find whichever hand pose works for you today. And then melt your heart over the legs. Again, keeping broad across the chest. Inhale, rise up. Adjust the feet, find warrior 2. Straighten through that front leg. Reach as far to the front of your mat as you can. For dropping your left hand down to your shin, a block, or the mat. Right arm comes up to the ceiling. See if you can imagine yourself between 2 panes of glass, getting as evenly on one horizontal plane as you can with your whole body. Then inhale, rise up, back hand to back hip, front hand, left hand up and back. Press through that front hip towards the front of the mat, reverse triangle. And then cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Either vinyasa or meet in down dog. Bend through the knees, drop them down to the mat. We're in tabletop. Lift your left hand up and take it behind your head. Gaze is down at the mat. See if your elbow and arm can be parallel to the ground. On an inhale, look over to the left, lift that left elbow up. Exhale, take it back to parallel. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, back to parallel. One more time, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, back to parallel, drop the left hand down. Take that right foot up towards the air. I forget what I called this already. Really gonna need to think of one. The booty bop, maybe the booty bop. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop it down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop it down. Option if you'd like here, reach your left arm up and then back, grabbing on to the inside of the right foot, kicking into that hand, arching your back. Again, this comes from kicking into the hand and not pulling into the foot. We don't want to strain our knees. Try to keep even balance between both sides. And release, stretch both out long, down to the mat. Take your right hand behind your head, elbow parallel to the mat. Inhale, lift it up to the sky, turning toward your right. Exhale, back to parallel. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, back to parallel. One more time, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, back to parallel, and then drop that right hand down. Booty bop left side. Oh, remembered it this time. Taking that left knee parallel to the mat, foot up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, back to parallel. Inhale up. Exhale down, one more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Option 2, reach that right arm forward. Swing it back inside of the left foot and then kick into it. Reaching up towards the ceiling with that grip. And then release, both stretched out long. And then drop them down to the mat. Crawl all the way forward. Arms reaching out in front, legs out and back. On an inhale, peel your upper body off the mat. Lower body stays pressed down. Arms are reaching forward and up, head up. Exhale, lower down. This time we're going to do the opposite, so keeping your upper body on the mat. Inhale your lower body up to the air. Squeezing those glutes and hamstrings. Lower your lower body. Inhale, upper body rises. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lower body rises. Exhale, lower down. All right, let's do it all together. Inhale, upper and lower body rise. Airplane, those arms reaching back behind you. Shine that heart brighter. And lower all the way down. Right arm reaches out. Then into your left knee. Reach back and grab onto the inside of your left foot. Again, I'm going to remind you, we don't want to pull on our foot. We can kick into it, and we can also press our left hip down and actively lift our left knee up, but not via our arm, all via our leg muscles. So if you aren't already, try kicking into that hand. See if you can peel your left side off the mat just a little bit. And then release it, lowering down, keeping the grip on the foot though. This time, see if you can raise your upper body and your right arm as you kick into the left foot. Inhale, lift up. Hold it. Hold it. Okay, release everything, both arms out. take the same series opposite side. So bend into that right knee. Grab onto the inside of the right foot. Kick into the right foot, just rising the right half of the body. And then lower down. See if this time you can raise the left arm and upper body with it. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. Both arms out in front. Press into the mat. Hips come all the way back, finding child's pose. Reach your arms behind you so that they're at either side. Backs of the hands on the mat, palms up to the ceiling. And then grab onto your heels with your hands and start to lift up in your legs, rolling onto the top of your head. Deep stretch across the shoulders and neck. Really pressing into that lift with the booty towards the ceiling. Through the shoulder blades. And release it down. Hands at your side. Palms up. Reach your arms forward. Coming up to tabletop. We're going to lower down into puppy pose again. So crawling that upper body out on the mat. But this time, bring your palms together. Bend into your elbows and bring the hands to the back of your neck. So adding a prayer pose, heart opening variation. Release the prayer. Pull yourself all the way through. Extend your right arm out to your side. Bend into your left knee, taking it out wide. And then press into your left hand, rolling onto that right hip. Option to take your left leg all the way behind you. This is a deep chest opener for that right chest muscle, so be cautious. Roll back onto your belly, keeping your left leg out to the side. Press into that left hand, thread your right arm underneath, and then open the left arm out, finding a twist. Gaze over your left shoulder. Seeing if you can get your left shoulder and right knee down to the mat. It's totally okay if you don't. We're back onto your belly, finding Sphinx pose. Arms come parallel, legs out behind you, drawing the elbows towards the body, rolling those shoulders open, broad across the chest. And then reach your left arm out wide like a T. Draw that right knee out to the side. Right palm comes to the mat, rolling you onto your left side. And then option to even take your right leg behind you. Opening deeply through that left chest. Roll back onto your belly, keeping that right knee out wide, 90 degrees. Pressing into that right hand, threading the left arm underneath. And then inhale, open the right arm up and over to the right side. Gazes over your right shoulder. And draw the right knee into the body. Bring the left knee in. Give him a little hug, a little rock. Bending through both knees, reach through, grabbing onto the soles of the feet or your ankle or pant leg. Finding happy baby. Knees go towards the armpits. Hands on the soles of the feet, pressing them down as the soles press up. If your shoulders and hips are both flat on the mat, you can rock side to side to give a little spinal massage. If you'd like, you can try straightening into one leg and then the other. Finding whatever variation suits you today. Maybe you straighten through both legs. And then release, giving the knees one more hug. And then reach the legs out long, finding Shavasana. Elbows tuck or shoulders tuck underneath you. Palms up towards the ceiling. Eyes are closed. We're going to do things a little bit different in Shavasana today. I'm going to ask you to clench things and then release them. So I want you to furrow your brow. Make it all scrunchy. Okay, and release. Clench your jaw. Clench it real tight. Release. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. See if you can draw your shoulders up to the ears and then drop them down your back. Tighten your biceps so they even bend into your elbow. Make fists with your hands. Squeeze through the forearms. And then relax your arms out to the side. Clench into that belly. Grab your core. Get it really, really tight. And release. Squeeze into your quads, pointing your toes all the way through the calves. You can feel your whole legs getting really, really active. And release. Give your whole body a little wiggle like your Jello. Just kind of shifting around. And then find stillness. I'm going to be quiet. We're going to have a nice, non-moving, non-sounding Shavasana for a bit. We're going to come out shortly, but I'd like you to think of one more thing that you're grateful for And it could be just that you found your way to the mat today. Whatever it is, hold that feeling. Let it warm your heart. Let it bring a smile to your face. Think about all the beautiful things around that which makes you grateful. You can deepen your breath, inhaling that appreciation and love and light, and exhaling out anything that no longer serves you, any ill will or lack of gratitude. Inhale thankfulness, happiness, peace. Exhale whatever you need to release. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Take a long body stretch like you just woke up. And then drawing your knees into the chest. Roll onto your side, pausing in the fetal position. Then pressing into your top hand. Coming up to seated. Hands to heart center. The light inside me sees and appreciates the light inside of you. Thank you for practicing with me, sealing our practice with the bow. Namaste. Have a wonderful day.